My name is Shantae Brown, and I was introduced to this fire altar in July of 2022. At the time, I was exhausted. Papa always says, when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, I had exceeded that. And I knew that I needed more than just religion. I needed power, and I needed to tap into it. And this fire altar allowed me to do so. I was dealing with, at the time, my youngest daughter, who's 22, was dealing with mental illness, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, manic depressive, and anxiety. She had attempted to burn my house down with me sleeping in it. She had flooded my house. She had attempted to kill my oldest daughter, who's 29. The end of 2022, she shared with me that she was pregnant, and it was devastating to me because the burden of caring for her with her sickness was always vexing us. It was just very taxing, and I didn't know what to do, but I knew that I needed to stay on the fire altar. I knew that God would give me strategy. He would give me tools, and at some point he was going to heal my daughter. March, she gave birth to my grandson, and 2 months later, she attempted to kill him. But God sent his word, and I'm so thankful. What happened, I was in prayer, and Papa had released a word that God was revealing things.
Lay your two hands on your two eyes, because your new has started. As your amen will turn before anything happens, it shall be revealed unto you. It shall be revealed unto you. Receive eyes to see what ordinary people cannot see. Receive it right now.
In the midst of him releasing that word, I immediately got up off of my knees. I called my parents. My daughters are staying with my aging parents right now. I called my parents and I told my mother, I said, take my grandson out of his crib, put him in the bed with you, and lock your door. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I knew there was an evil attack that was coming to my parents' house. Within 30 minutes of getting off of the altar, I got a phone call from my daughter, my oldest daughter. She said my youngest had threw bricks into the bedroom window where my grandchild was sleeping. He sleeps under the crib is under the window, and the window fell into the crib. When they called the paramedics, this is how amazing our God is. They didn't let my family initially, they didn't want them to go into the room because they knew that the glass would have decapitated my grandson. So even my youngest daughter is the one who called and said, I killed my son. What she didn't know was God had sent the word, and my parents had obeyed, and they had taken my grandson out of the bed, locked him in the room. And so when the ambulance came and my daughter was hysterical, she kept saying, I killed my son. And my mother ran out and said, no, my daughter called us an hour ago from Dallas, Texas, and told us to remove the baby. I am the woman that God has shown mercy. I went to Houston, I served. I lifted up my daughter's picture. I lifted up my grandson's picture. And I was believing God to heal my daughter. 2 weeks ago, I got a call from my mother, and she said to me, I don't know what you did in Houston, but we have seen a turnaround. Your daughter has not taken any medicine. She has cared for her child every day since you went to Houston. She knows that she's a mother. It's unbelievable what we have seen in this child. Just this past week, the Lord impressed on my heart to take the mantle that I had in Houston, to take it to my parents' house. I had communion. I laid hands on my grandchild. I laid hands on my daughter. What God cannot do does not exist.